we finished part 1, measure locations of by using mean, median, mode from ungrouped data. Now we will go to group data. Okay, in this case I may clarify for you what does it mean ungrouped data. Ungrouped data refer to any data set that not yet classified into or grouped into or categorized into frequency distribution table. So the data set that not yet take into frequency distribution table. That's why we call ungrouped data. How about group data? If you know ungrouped, you must know group. Group data refer to the data set that already taken to frequency distribution table. That means we already passed 5 steps. Okay, we already passed 5 steps. Okay, so this is group. Measures our location. We find again mean, median, mode. But this is mean. We don't use geometric mean. We use only arithmetic mean, median, and mode for group data. Group quantitative data set. The grouped data is referred to the data that is already grouped or presented in the form of a frequency distribution. That means the data that already passed 5 steps. To estimate arithmetic mean of grouped data, we have to assume that the observations in each class are presented by midpoint. Okay, midpoint values of each class or class mark. Remember that, class mark or class midpoint. Okay, so by midpoint. So in this case, if you have frequency distribution table, you need to find one column. Those column is about midpoint. Okay, so in order to estimate arithmetic mean of group data, we have to assume that observation in each class are presented by midpoint value. Okay, midpoint value. In terms of midpoint, we already look at how to draw frequency polygon. Okay, frequency polygon, in order to draw a line from one point to point. One point of a class is a class midpoint value. The mean of a sample data organized into frequency distribution is computed by, or is calculated by, computed, calculated, estimated, they are similar meaning, by the following formula. This one. Okay, we use sample because of H bar. If we use a population, it should be mui here. So sample mean of group data, H bar, is a division. This is division. Okay, division is the sum of x multiplied by f. Okay, hi multiplied by fi. Okay, I will talk to you, or will explain to you what is hi, what is fi. What is I mean? I here not class interval. Don't confuse. I here not class interval. So what does it mean if I here is not class interval? Okay, I will talk about here. So sample mean of group data H bar equal to sum of multiplication of the sum of product, or the sum of multiplication between x and f, divided by total observation in this data set, in group data set. Okay, H bar is arithmetic sample mean, Hi is mid value. Okay, mid values or midpoint of I class. I class. What does mean I class? I here is not interval. I class is order. Okay, is order. I equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, up to n. That's why I is order. If I equal to 1, class 1. If I equal to 2, class 2. If I equal to 3, class 3. If I equal to 4, class 4. If I equal to n, class n. That's why it's talking about class 1. This is midpoint class or mid-value class or the first class. If I equal to 2, it should be H2. H2 that means mid-value of second class. If I equal to 3, what does it mean? It's mid-value or midpoint of the third class. Okay. How about F? F stands for frequency. If you know I here is the same thing as here. F1 frequency class 1, F2 frequency class 2, S3 I1 frequency class 1, I2 frequency class 2, I3 frequency class 3. That's why if you know midpoint of every class and you know frequency of every class, you just multiply this value together. Okay, multiply the value together and sum together divided by n. What is n? N is total observation or total frequency of our table. Okay, so the thing maybe I think you confuse I, so I mentioned already. Now again, I is not interval, but I is order number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, maybe you in high school you already look at this. Sigma is sum. Okay, maybe I equal to 1 to 10. Okay, so I equal to 1 to 10, that means I cannot be 0, I cannot be 11, 12, 13, no. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's why I is order number, not class interval. Okay, so suppose that we get a daily report or selling price from a car dealer with 30 cars sold. This is the other example, not previous example from chapter 2. So we have a daily report. That means one shop or one dealer can sell 30 cars in one day because daily. Okay, so this is the price of 30 cars sold in daily in a day. The first car, second car, third car, something like this. Okay, selling price car can be divided by 5 classes. Why 5 classes? Because n equal to this is yes, n or sample will be sample. It depends on n equal to 30. Sample of population, but this is talking about one day, or maybe we just select some day among a month. If you select some day among a month, and it could be small one. Okay, so 2 exponent k must be equal to 30. So what is k? K is 5. Okay, is 5. That's why this price of the cars selling every day, one day, for example, can be classified into 5 groups. What is I? I 4070. This is what I said, because 4070 bigger than this calculation. This is the highest price or most expensive car sold. This is the cheapest car sold. Okay, so based on here step 1, here step 2, but I'm not focused on 5 steps because we already done. That's why I skip it. Suppose that's 5 steps already done, I got this one. Okay, this is L1, this is H5, this is frequency. So now 5 steps already done, I got a frequency distribution table like this one. based on group data here, this is group data, or frequency distribution table here, or group data here, how can you find mean, arithmetic mean? That's why based on formula previous slide, in order to find arithmetic mean, first you need to find mid class or mid value class. That's why I add one column about mid class. Okay, maybe some of you forgot how to find mid class. Mid class X, you can label M, or you can label X, or you can label anything that you want. But now I label X. Okay, I label X. That's why I put X. How to find X? Xi. How to find Xi? Xi comes from Li plus Hi plus Hi divided by 2. Divided by 2. And then L H I1, I2, I3, I4, I5. That's why I from 1 to 5, no 6, no 7. Okay? This is I. So this one comes from this amount lower plus higher divided by 2. Same. Okay, suppose now I have this one. Next, what to find? I need to find the multiplication. F multiplied by X, or the product of F and X. F multiplied by X, or the product of F and X. That's why I got this one. When I got the result F multiplied by X, the formula we need to sum together. That's why sum together. Or add all these number together, and then we divide it by n. Okay, divided by n. That's why this is arithmetic mean for our group data. What does it mean? It means that in average all 30 car was sold at average price 21,755. This is average car sold, the average price of the car sold. Okay, but actually this is the actual price. This is not really actual price. Actual price is to be this one actual price. This is only group already. Okay, thus the mean of the car selling price is 21,755, or the average selling price of car is 21,755. Note, the mean of data group into the mean of the data that group into a frequency distribution may be different from the mean of ungrouped data or raw data. That means that we have a raw data. For example, I can go to the data. Yes, this is a raw data or ungrouped data. Based on ungrouped data, here you can find mean. Okay, we already learned how to find mean for ungrouped data. So based on this ungrouped data set, you can find one mean. And if the data set classified into the frequency distribution, we can find mean for that one. Okay, 21,755. This is the mean from group data. And if you can find the mean from ungrouped data, it could not be equal to 21,755. Maybe different, maybe 71,000, or not 700, maybe 600 or 500 or maybe 400 or 800, something like this. Okay, so if we have data set, the same data set, but one is group data take into the group data, and one not original form or raw form, so mean could be different. Okay, mean could be different. We have the same data set, but one is raw form, one is group data, so we can find two means. Those mean may be different. Sometimes it's very close the same. Okay, or the same, a little bit small amount difference. but sometimes it could be a little bit larger amount different as well. Mean of the data grouped into frequency distribution with an open-ended class. Open-ended class. Open-ended class. What does it mean? Okay, I can show you. Cannot be accurately determined unless the midpoint of the open classes can be estimated. That's why in this case, I think you maybe remember from how to find mean. I also show you in Excel how to find mean for ungrouped data. Mean for ungrouped data is affected by largest number or unusual largest number or unusual smallest number. That's why for ungrouped data, mean is not always at the central of or at the mid point of the data set, because mean is affected by unusual largest number or value or unusual smallest value or number. But however, it is similar meaning mean for group data. If we have one group is open class, open the mean we don't know for sure because no limit. That's why we can know for sure. That's why we cannot find mean accurately. Why? Because the midpoint of that open class we cannot find. Okay, we cannot find. If we cannot find, mean that we found or mean that we already calculated also not really accurate. So what does it mean, open-ended class? Okay, suppose now I have group data. This is L1, H1, and up to on. How many class? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So L1, H1 up to L8 and H8. Okay, so this is class frequency for every class. This is not open class, it's closed or limited, lower limit, higher limit, lower limit, higher limit. But this class, if you have like this one, L1, you don't know the value of L1. Okay, if you don't know the value of L1, how can you find midpoint? How can you find midpoint between H and L1? That's why we cannot find midpoint. If you cannot find midpoint, you cannot find mean, because based on our formula, H1 you cannot know what is H1. That's why you cannot find mean for sure, for accurate result. Okay, in this case, you cannot find H1, and you also cannot, you may not, or you cannot find the first class frequency. If you cannot find the first class frequency, total frequency also cannot be found. Okay, cannot be found. However, this is what we call open classes. Open classes only two for frequency distribution table or group data table. Open classes is only two. It could be the first class or it could be the last class. The last class is only the higher limit. Okay, if we don't know high limit, we don't know for sure. We don't know for, in this case, if we don't know 8, we don't know 7, sorry, 8. If we don't know 8, we cannot find mean. That's why mean is not easy to find in terms of frequency distribution if our frequency distribution have one class or two class are open classes. Okay, are open classes. But normally we don't have only special case, and very rare for special case. Normally we don't have such kind of this situation. Okay, because we only have this one. Yes, we know everything. That's why we can find mean. But in case some special cases we don't know, we cannot find mean accurately. This is in group data. In ungrouped data, mean usually affected by usual largest or smallest. This is the same meaning as one. Okay. Because of mean we cannot find accurately if we have open classes. That's why mean cannot be used. If mean cannot be used, we need to use median. Median for group data. Okay. To estimate the median of group data set, we have two. One, find the location of the class in which the median lies or median stay inside. That means if we can find the class that median inside, this class we call median class. So first, when we have a group data set, we have frequency distribution. First, you need to determine, you need to find which class is median class. What is median class? Median class is the class that median point or median value inside. Okay, and then interpret within the class to arrive the median. Interpret, or maybe we can doing that the way to find the median, or calculate some calculation in order to find the median value. This is not median value, this is median class. The first, when you have frequency distribution, in order to find median, you need to find median class, and then you need, when you know median class, you can find median value. Okay. The number of median class are assumed to be evenly or equally spaced throughout the class. Evenly or equally spaced throughout the class. That means evenly or equally equal from class to class. Okay, throughout of the class frequency. It means what? It means from lower class to median and from the higher class to median is equally or evenly. Median of group data is the value of data that half of values of data are located above it, and the other half values of data are located below it. That's why median is exactly the midpoint, because if we have data set, if we have a group data set, we split this group data set into two halves or two sides. From median to smaller side equal to median to larger side. Okay, that's why median is always the best method in order to study central value or central point of data set. To determine or estimate the median of class for group data, first you need to construct, in order to estimate, or in order to median, in order to calculate, in order to compute the median class for group data, you need to have a frequency distribution. First, you need to have frequency distribution as a group data, and then you need to find cumulative frequency. Okay. So what does it mean cumulative? Cumulative, it means additive frequency. Add frequency together. Okay, we already done from a previous videos. So after you have a group data or frequency distribution, you need to make our group data to get the other data set that we call cumulative frequency distribution from our frequency distribution. That means you need to add one column. Okay. Then divide the total number of observations or values or items in our data set by 2 to get exactly midpoint data values. Determine which class will contain this value, this is this value. Which class that this value inside. Okay. For example, if our data set have 80 items, if our data set have 80 items, 80 observations, so we need to take 80 divided by 2, 40. Then we can determine which class will contain 40th number or relative value. If 40th value or item inside what class, this class becomes median class. Finally, we can use median formula. This is median formula. In order to find median values, first we use this formula. This formula equal to LME plus this is division n divided by 2 minus CFB divided by FME multiplied by I. When you look this one, it's so complicated. Oh, it's not easy to remember. Yes, I agree, it's not easy to remember, but the more you practice exercise, the more easy that you will get. Okay, so don't try to read, but try to do practice. That's why you can remember by your own practice, from your own practice. Don't try to read median equal something something, median equal something something something. Okay, don't read by heart like this one. It's not used, because this is not a theoretical course. This is a calculus course. That's why you need to practice calculation, practice calculation, practice calculation, practice exercise, practice exercise. When you get more practice, okay, automatically you remember this formula. Okay, don't try to read by heart, but in order to make it easy for you, try to practice exercise using the same this is the same formula again and again and again, maybe different exercise or the same exercise or different exercise. It depends on you prefer. Okay, so median equal to LME plus this division n divided by 2 minus CFB divided by FME multiplied by I. So it's not easy, but okay, look at one by one. What are they mean? Does it mean? What does it mean? Where LME? What is LME? L in this case, maybe I use capital L. I should be a small l. It should be LME like this one. When I use capital L, maybe you confuse with the data set. But now we don't have data set. A raw data set we don't have. That's why I use capital L instead of small l. Okay. If I have raw data set, you will confuse capital L with the smallest value in our raw data set or ungrouped data set. But now we don't have ungrouped data set. We have only frequency distribution. That's why I put capital L. What is LME? LME, L stands for low limit. What does it mean? Me stands for median. Okay, that's why I put LME, low limit of median class. Low limit of median class. How to find median class? Again, back to how to find median class. In order to find median class, you need to construct cumulative frequency distribution and then take n number of observations in our data set divided by 2. You got this value. Try to find which class that this value inside. The class that this value inside, we call that class as median class. That's why when we know median class, we know low limit of median class. CF. What is CF? CF, cumulative frequency in the class preceding. Preceding means before. Okay. Preceding means before median class. So cumulative, not frequency before. Cumulative frequency before median class. That's why I put B. B it means before, preceding or before. That's why I put B. Okay, B that means before median class. FME. What is FME? Okay, you know me already. Me is median. F means frequency. Free class frequency of the median, or we can call median class frequency. Okay, median class frequency or class of frequency in the median. I is interval. Okay, in this case I is interval. Class interval. Okay, n is number item in our data set, or we call total frequency. total item in our data set or total frequency. Okay, so clear? LME, what is LME? Low limit of median class. What is CF? CF, cumulative frequency. CFB, CFB, cumulative frequency of the class before median class, of the class before median class. This by could be FME, F frequency, me is median, that means median class frequency, I is interval, class interval, and is total frequency or total item in our data set. Okay, so this is formula. Don't read, but try to practice. Try to practice, you will remember. Don't read, don't try to read by heart. Okay. Based on frequency distribution table from car selling price on slide 33. This is slide 33. Slide 33 here. Find the median of car selling price or median selling price of car. So we have this one. This is a frequency distribution, car selling price and number of cars sold with each price selling price class. So in order to find median selling price of the car, first you need to find cumulative. Based on this one, you need to find cumulative frequency distribution. That's why how to find cumulative. Yes, how to find cumulative we already done here. In order to find cumulative, it's already done from a previous one. Okay, I give you again. Cumulative frequency of class N equal to cumulative frequency of class N minus 1 plus frequency of class N. This is very short, but if you can find the other one, it becomes longer. No, I don't want you to get this one because those will become longer. The first one shorter, next longer, next longer. But if you use this one, it's only one. It's only three number you get it. First you know this one, and then you get this one, add them together because that one. Okay, so no change in terms of line calculation. Okay, how to find phi? Phi come from, this is n equal to 1, CF1 come from CF1 minus n minus 1, n minus 1, it should be 0, it could be 0 plus, it could phi here, it could be 0 if cumulative frequency of class 0, we don't have class 0, that's why 0, plus frequency of class 1 is phi. Okay, this one is phi. So I go to 5. How about next one? 13. 13 comes from cumulative frequency of class n minus 1. Now class 2. That's why n minus 1 is class 1. Cumulative of class 1 is 5. 5 here. Plus frequency of class n. N is 2. That's why class plus 8. 13. Okay. Next, 22 because n equal to 3. See, frequency class 3 come from cumulative frequency class 3 equal to cumulative frequency class 2. Class 2 is 13. 13 plus 9. Okay, so you can do the same way here in order to find the last one here. So we already done cumulative frequency for class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, up to the last class. Remember that the last class must equal cumulative frequency of the last class must equal to total frequency. If it's not equal, something wrong. Check. So n equal to 30. Okay, n equal to 30. So n divided by 2, it should be 15. So we want to find what class that 15 observation inside? How to find? You can count this one. You can count this one. Okay, don't count this one. Use cumulative. 13 is between 13 is between sorry, not 13. 15 is higher than 13. Now class 2 is only 13 observation. Okay, so class 2 is only 13 observation. So 13 not in class 2. 13 is in class 3. That's why class 3 is median class, because 13 observation in class 3. That's why class 3 is median class. When you know median class, you can know LME. What is LME? This is LME. Okay. Median class is the class between 20,670 to 24,740. This one, the third class, which is 13 cars sold less than, 20,000 here, and 22 cars sold less than 20 here. So that means this class is 22 cars sold less than this class, but 13 is sold less than the second class. That's why the third class is between 13 and 22. So between 13 and 22, 15 inside here. Okay. So when we know median class, we can find LME. What is LME? This one is LME. Okay, that's LME. You know N 30. So what is CF? CF before. Okay, look at CF before. CF before median class. Which one is median class? This is median class. How about CF? Not F. This is CF. CF before is this one. Okay, CF before is this one. That's why we got 13. How about FME? FME, frequency of median class. Frequency of median class 9. So again, when you know median class, what you can get? You can get LME. You can get CF before B. You can get FME. What next? You know I. What next? You know I. Okay, what is I? You can find I here. Between low and high, you can find I. Okay, automatically I you can find it from the beginning, because when distribution frequency, or when a frequency distribution given to you, you can find I. So we know everything. That's why we can find. So the middle selling price of the car 21,574. It a little bit different from middle price. Okay, or mean price or average price. Average price is 21,755. But this one 21,574. Okay, this is about 200 difference. Okay, this is a median price, median selling price. Median of the data grouped into a frequency distribution having an open-ended class can be determined. So it doesn't matter when we have open-ended class or closed class, we can find median. It's similar to median for ungrouped data. Even we have in our data set, for ungrouped data, if we have our data set with some largest number or value, or some smallest value, we still can find median. Median is exactly middle. The same thing. if we have frequency distribution with open classes, we still find median because median is exactly middle. This is because median is based on only the frequency and the class limit of the median class only. That's why you need to find first. In order to find, you need to find median class. When you find median class, you can find everything based on our formula. The median of ungrouped data can be determined if a percentage of frequency are given instead of actual frequency. Okay. For example, if we have a frequency, but we can find median, or we can find percentage is a percentage of frequency, we still can find median. A percentage of frequency is easily because 50% of our data set is a median size. That's why from the 0 point into this one, from 0 to 50% and 200%. This is our data set lie from 0% to 100%. That's why it's a median if we have percentage. Okay. This is because the median is the value with 50% distribution above it and 50% below it. Okay, the other one, mode of group data. Mode for the data grouped into frequency distribution can be computed by this formula. Or this is a little bit complicated or typical compared with the median formula. Okay, when you look this one or when you see this one, it's like complicated. Again and again, I'm not asking you to read by heart, to try to read them by heart, try to remember them by reading. No, don't do that way. You need to practice. When you practice, automatically you can remember them. Okay, so mode for frequency distribution data equal to L mode. Okay, what is L? Maybe you already got idea of L from median. So lower limit. What is mode? Mode is mode. Median is mean. L mode plus. This is division. Okay, a little bit complicated to remember. Yes, just reading it's not easy to remember, but practicing you get it easy to remember. So plus division. Division of what? Division of F mode minus FB. What is F mode? What is FB? Divided by 2 F mode minus FB minus FA multiplied by I. Okay, look at them. Where L mode, the low limit of model class or model class. Model class is the class that mode inside. Okay, model class is a class that mode inside. That's why if you know which class is model class, you can find L mode. If you can find L mode, you can find F mode, because frequency of that class become F mode. What is FA? FA is class frequency after. A is after model class. After that means beyond model class. FB is class frequency in before model class. I is class interval. Okay, look at this one. Suppose that we have frequency distribution like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classes. Okay, how to find model class? How to find model class? In order to find model class, we need to see which class that has the largest class frequency. Class 1, 5, class 2, 8, class 3, 9, class 4, 5, class last class is only 3. That's why I can see 9 is more largest frequency. That's why the third class is model class, because more frequency. Okay, the class that have largest frequency. So we can see that among frequency of every class, 9 is the largest. That's why the third class is model class. Subclass is model class. When you know model class, you can find Elmo. What is Elmo? Okay, you can find Elmo. What is Elmo? Elmo low limit of model class. Okay, what is Elmo? Elmo 9. What is FB? FB frequency B4. Frequency B4. Which one B4? B4 is here. A, FA after is here. How about I? Yeah, you can find I. Okay. So when you know model class, you can find Elmo, you can find Fmo, you can find FB, you can find A after B before. I use this one in order to make it easy for remember. A after B before. Okay. This number, this is I. This number we will use for our formula. That's why we have. Okay. So we have 21,484. This is lower than mean, lower than median mode for mode. Oh, sorry, this is model class, not median class. This is model class. Mode price. Mode price or model price. Okay, model price is 21,484. Lower than mean. Mean 21,755. Models 21,574 is lower than mean. Okay, you can study the other exercise on page, the other example on page 88. And cell review. Cell review 3.10 on page 30. And exercise as homework, page 91. Exercise as homework, page 91. Okay. So exercise as homework, page 91. Page 91. What need to do? Exercise number 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. Okay. When you go to page 91, 92, you can see exercise. You can see data. Use only data. Don't answer the questions that asking in exercise 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. Don't answer those questions. Just use data. Just use data from this exercise to answer mean, median, mode. Okay, listen. Even I saying clearly like this one, I expected some of you still doing wrong what I require you to do. Okay, what I need you to do, because some of you may be careless, they don't just do the same thing as a textbook said. Don't answer the question asking in exercise 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. But from this exercise, you choose only data. Use only data from this exercise. The data from this exercise should be frequency distribution tables. Use those data in order to answer mean, median, mode. Okay? Okay? Clear? Yes. Okay, clear. So again, this is formula of mean, formula of median, this is formula of mode. Okay, this one maybe for next movie. So I stop by this slide. Turn to you, back to you for watching and practice. Watching and practice. And Don't forget to comment, click like, subscribe. The one who not yet doing it, subscribe. When you subscribe, don't click on the bell. Okay, don't click on the bell. Just subscribe. The one who not yet. But everyone must comment.